forget the volume. But I have it on here too. I moved my computer to hopefully make it a little bit easier tonight. So I have it over here and come on Facebook. It's not up yet on the computer. Come on, where you are. So give me a, oop, I just lost that one. Wow, that was easy. So give me a few seconds here. Yep, there I am, yay. Found me. Click, and click. Poof, be gone. Now I gotta find you here. Oh, yay, I came right up right there. Yay. So, all the cords that are around here. And I lost one of my happy fingers. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. So, let's get down to business. So today, I wanted to show you this. You see this baby standing here? I made this today. It was a rainy day and stuff, and this was a custom order. I had bought the jug, and I think I told you guys about this on Facebook a little while ago. And I spray foamed it, and then it has some extra layers of styrofoam on the top. And then when we designed this, our house has the burgundy blues and burgundy, the navy blue, the hunter green, you know, all on that family. So I didn't want to put burgundy flowers in here because then that would make it so fall looking. So I decided I called her and I said, hey, how about sunflowers? I was in a sunflower mood, I guess you can say. So I got the perfect recipe. Deborah, this is Miss Deborah's lovely baby that she's going to get. She'll get it on Tuesday because she lives close by. So I wanted to show everybody, hey, Callie, alert, yay! New person, love new people. And I saw your thing, so you should I think you got a message already from Rosie. Hey, Peggy, hey, Debbie. Hello. So this little baby's going to go to its new home. Actually, you put it whatever way you want. But anyway, so I wanted to show you that baby. And it's really light. I did not weight the bottom of it, so it's really light. So let me move it out of the way. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm running out of space here. Oh, hold on a moment. There we go. Hallelujah. So that baby's done. Put stuff everywhere. So tonight, a little mouse in the house. You see the red wreath behind me? So we're going to be using this. And this was originally brown, and I spray painted it a red. I didn't want to go a bright red. I wanted it subdued a little bit. So this is quite a few coats because, you know, in the grooves and everything. So I spray painted the front and the back to it. What I did, now this one here, because I have this hook the way it is here, it would hook in here, and I didn't want it to do that. I did use, I know I put it somewhere. Okay. Oh, here it is. I was like, I know I had some. It's a wire. It's jute with cord wrapped around it, but it's a heavy gauge kind of wire. And you can get this at any of your hobby shops, maybe a floral shop maybe or whatever. And that's what I used. And I put it down below here. Now from the front you will see a little bit of it here, but the bow is going to go here so you're not going to see it. And the reason why I chose that, there is a metal brace that goes right here. So I wanted it to hook on the bottom. If I hooked it up top here, it was going to hang out too much up here, and the wreath would hang even a little bit lower, and I didn't want that. So that's why I hooked it up there. So let's put them back over here. And what the wreath is, where's my garbage pail? I moved everything for this project. It's like, I don't know, twigs or twine that's in it, and it has a metal frame that it's actually in it, and then it's wired around it is what that is. So it's kind of like a grapevine, but not those thick twigs like a grapevine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to angle you guys down now because you can't see my table. I have my mat flipped over. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Jacksonville, Florida. Woohoo! Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Mary Jo. We got some new people. Hey, if you guys are new, go ahead and type the word alert down below, and Rosie will send you a message in my personal messenger box, to your personal messenger box, and just type the word alert or live alert back to her, and you'll get and then you'll be on my list so you can get alerts. So let me turn this down, and of course, those of you that knew, I'm Carolyn, and I'm known as Nutty. I call it the Nut House, but known as Nutty Crafts. So I'm going to turn it down so you can see more of the table. You're not going to see me that much right now. We're going to make the bow first. And, oh, what are we doing? You guys know we're going to be using flowers today. And this is a custom order. Let me see if you could see the flowers. I'm not sure if I have it leaned up good enough. Yeah. So, and she wanted it, she had specific colors. It had to be white, red, black, and yellow. Those are the 4 colors I was allowed to use. And the yellow is the sunflowers. Whew, kind of funky, huh? But why? Let me show you. So I made this, well, yeah, I guess I could do it this way. So I made this. Dun, dun, dun. It's Mickey night. Isn't that cool? So what I did, you could go to the craft stores and they sell, you know, like the, I'll turn it around this way, like the circle pieces of wood. So this actually, this one is 3 layers. Are they all 3 layers? Yeah. They're all 3 layers of the wood. So I glued 2 together. Then I glued another 2. And I used wood glue. And I clamped them really good and put weight on it. So that way it was an even seal, like even in the middle. Because, you know, some of these little thin pieces of wood can, you know, warp on you a little bit. So you can see it's pretty doggone flat because I use paint gallons to sit on top of them. And then I spray paint it several times so it actually has a coat with the spray paint on it so I don't have to put a sealer on it. But I did anyway because the letter H is done with a Cricut machine. And this is the Disney letter H, the way Disney would write it, or their characters. So the person that wanted this, her last name begins with the H, and she wanted the H with yellow flowers. Now, can you guess the theme of this? So I had to make this sign. Hey, Jean. Hey, Wendy. How are y'all? Hey, Janice. So I had to make this the head, so to speak, Mickey's head. Because the other part, besides being the white, the red, the black, and the yellow, is that I had to incorporate Minnie and Mickey. Well, how are you going to do that? So it took me a while to come up with a theme, of course, being on a wreath. And Mickey's had to have the Mickey ears in there, right? So the way it's going to be is Mickey ears are going to be down here. Now, some of you may think, well, why don't you put it off to the side? Well, originally, I was thinking that. But the only place that I'd be able to tack it would be here and here in 2 places. And I was afraid that the weight of this, not really weight, that it would angle it, you know, warp, teeter-totter it. So then you can't do it like that because then the H would be kind of crazy. And if you put the H on a side, it just wouldn't look right. So I decided to hang Mickey ears down here. So you can see that I have my 3 cable ties in the back part of it here. Hey, Carla. LSF. What does LSF mean? I'm not good with all these little these little things here. What's LSF? Hey, Wendy. So on the cable mounts, and if you guys can see those, I'll bring it a little closer. Hey, Sharon. So, hey, Pam. They're 1 inch wide, and they peel and stick. And I have these ones that I use are the ones that are made to go outdoors. So the back part that you peel off, it's peel and stick, is the green mount. And then what I do, I take the Rapid Fuse. Hey, Melissa. And I go ahead and I use that to make it extra oh my God, to glue it on a little bit more, to give it extra adhesive. Gosh, I can't get my words out today. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take these pipe cleaners and we're going to thread them through. But for right now, I'm going to put this back in my little handy dandy bag here. And we're going to do that a little bit later, needless to say. So I'm going to put my pipe cleaners in here because you know what happens? They always roll off the desk. So I figured this way, everything is together. Hello, right? So let me put it over here and hopefully it will stay in my pile of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, hey Krista, is go ahead and angle you guys down so you can see the ribbon. And again, I'm going to disappear from the screen. You probably won't see me as we do this, but it's going to be cool. All right, so let me do that, and hopefully I won't knock over the hot pot as I walk by here and my glue and step over the cords. Hey Kelly, how are you? All right, there we go. So I'm going to try to read off the iPad, but I do have my computer over here, and hopefully I won't miss any of the comments. But if I do, I apologize. Ask it again. All right, so originally the ribbon came like this. It's that gross, I always say gross, grosgrain ribbon. So it doesn't have any wire or anything in it, okay? So what I did, I ordered 3 different types of ribbon. Okay, and these are about, I think these are about 1 inch. Yeah, these are all the ribbon I bought were about 1 inch wide. So I bought different colors, again, because she asked specifically for red, white, black, yellow to be in there. So what I did, I took the ribbon and I sewed it onto some wired ribbon. So I'm going to move you guys in just a tad bit closer so you can see a little bit better because those little ribbons are so small. So hold on. Here's the rocky road. It's still going to be small, but just a tad bit better. Okay, so I have the red and white Minnie, or red, white, and black, I guess Minnie Mouse here. I have Mickey and Minnie here, and this one I sewed. This is oops, I have my pins in here, forgot about that. This was like it's a sheer in the middle, and it looks like, I'll use the word lattice on the sides, so a little bit of sparkle to give that little bit of glitter. You know, Mickey's got to have some glitter. I thought this one had a pin in it too. Guess not. And then this one here, in the yellow ribbon, oh, that's why. There in Mickey's little moon, so to speak here, there is this like chevron pattern. So that's why I picked out this one, and to bring out the yellow. So again, I've incorporated the yellow, the white, the black, and all the ribbons have the red in it. So these I'm going to be using in the bow. Now, I had these set up. So let me flip them. So my bow is going to be like this. Let's see if I can remember how I put these. Wrong place. Oops. So this is how my bow's going to go. So this one here, so we have the black and the white, like I said, this is all the Minnie. This kind of remind me like the round shape, you know, really hard. I know this is going to sound weird, but look, you'll see a circle here. Let's see if I could get something pointy. Let me use this. All right, so you will see, I got to look because I'm doing this upside down and backwards. You'll see a circle here. And then it looks like the 2 ears here. So that's why I chose this. Oh, Mickey ribbon, but that's what it reminded me of. So I thought that would be a cool ribbon to enter in as a pattern. And then, of course, I have the yellow. I brought in some plaid, again, because in the back of this ribbon here, there is some plaid-looking stripes. It's like red and white in here. You may not be able to, my camera, let's go down, Caroline. There's an 8-second delay here, so there we go. So you may not be able to see, but in here in the red, there is like a plaid. So that's why I brought this in. And of course yellow to bring in just some more of the yellow a little bit. And then I thought this would be kind of cool. Again, a little bit more sparkle. It brings in the red and white and the black. Okay, so that's my game plan. So let me put these in reverse engine here, because you know how that goes. You always have it together and then you go to do it and you're like, wait a minute, which one was I doing first? So, oops, there go my wires off the floor. There's always something. Always something, I tell you. And we're going to use zip ties for it today. So, you know, to tie it. I got 2 different sizes out because I'm not sure how thick the bow's going to be, and a pipe cleaner. So this is going to be my base. Now what I did with each of these, I made these, when I sewed this, I sewed it 3 yards. So it's a little bit over 3 yards is what I did. I figured that would probably be enough. Now at the edges here, I went back and forth, you know, a good amount so that when I cut it, it will still be sealed off, so to speak. Let me move that out of the way. It won't unravel or anything. Now I could have used, what do they call it, the fuse, webbing fuse, to do it, but the only reason why I chose not to do that was because, hey Teresa, thank you. Hey Kelly, hey Krista. Is because I was afraid that it might, you know, if it came apart from the ribbon. Now you don't have to sew the ribbon on. You can just put the ribbon on top and do it like this and you just make it tight. And when you go to poof it, you know, you just don't slide that one out, if that makes sense. So, but I chose to sew it just to keep it in place. Now this is, Minnie has to face one way because I don't want her to face this way and then do the other bow and she's upside down. So we're going to do a little bit in here, and I'm also going to do it by hand. I already kind of measured out and figured out I didn't want my tails to probably be no more than 8 inches on it. So this is the Easy Bow Maker here, and we have it to be 8 inches long. So that's all I need for the tail, because when the ears are up on there, you're not gonna, it's enough. And what I chose to do on this, so it's going to be bottoms up, needless to say. But see if I do bottoms up, see how Minnie is upside down now? So that's why I'm going to hand do this part. I'm going to use this because I flipped my mat to measure, because I flipped my mat over, because if I got any glue on it, I didn't want it on the other side, my good side. And what I'm going to do here on this is bring the bow behind. Oops, got caught on there. And I think I had, like I said, I pre-measured. So we're going to measure this out, and it's going to be about 7 inches. So I'm just going to pinch it right here in the middle. I'm going to bring my tail. I'm doing this upside down and backwards so you can kind of see. So I'm going to pinch it in there. Okay. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to bring it over on the front. Now, depending how many loops you want to make, so we're going to make this about the same size, so that's roughly the same size. We'll check it out to make sure. So again, I want Minnie to stay facing up. I don't want her to be upside down. Oops, come here, tail. So you can go like this to see. Did make that one a little bit too long. Too big, that is. And we'll go up again, and still just a hair too long. Good, nice, good gracious. There we go. Oops, missed my comments. Hey Lori, how are you? Hey Connie. Faith, how are you? Oh yeah, good weekend. It was nice yesterday. We got to take the munchkin to the pool, but you know, today it's a rainy day here. All right, so there's my 2 loops. Now you have to decide, how many loops do you want to do? I think I may do 3. So we're going to do the same thing, each one, and I'm just going to bring it in the front on the one side, make my loop, and just continue making it to as many as I want. So this would be the same thing as making it in here, but like I said, because I picked a pattern, I have 3 patterns that are going to make a difference if I do them right side up or upside down. I like to make them by hand. That one's too long. And I just kind of weasel my fingers in there from the last one to see if they all meet. Here comes my last loop around, and I do have More than what I needed, which is fine. I'd rather have more than not enough. That one's too short. I can put it in here because I can play with it now. Hold on, let me switch my fingers around here. Put my bow down in here. Weasel it in there, get in there, get in there. There we go. And then I can start pulling it out. And I'll fix this again because I'm doing it by hand. I want to make sure all my things are just right size. And I'm going to measure 7 inches on these just to make sure. There's 7. These 2 is 7. This one's 7. Oops, went the wrong way. Hold on. And this is where I can tweak things. If I didn't make my bow the right length or right width, I can go ahead and change it in here before I set anything down in gold, as they say. Whoops, I got one hiding out here. This way. Any shorter than the 8. There we go. So I think we got it. 7, 7, 7, 7. And then you can just poof it out. For whatever reason, measure it. It always seems to come out bigger than the others. Go figure, as they say. Hey, Becky. Hey, Alice. Thank you. How sweet, friend. Glad to see you live. Love the ribbon. Oh, thank you, Linda. All right, so that's going to be my base. Okay. So again, you can spread it out. You can do that now. I usually like to, just to give it some little fluff. I don't worry about fluffing it as much yet until I get to the end, because I smush my bows. I'm just going to leave this tail down here for now. It doesn't matter. I'll cut it off. Oh, I guess I can cut it off now. I'll just cut it a little bit longer. So I did 3 yards. I did a little bit. All right, my next one's my white one. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, but with this one, I'm only going to use 2. Do 2 rows of it. Okay, so I'm going to throw it down on the floor here because I rolled it the wrong way for me. And again, I'm going to fold it over and I'll do my little thing here. So again, so it's going to be kind of, I'm going to make the tail a little bit longer just because, since I'm squishing this. Now I can make this the same length as this one, or I can go shorter. There's no right or wrong to it. It's just really your choice on what you want to do. Okay? So I'm just going to go a tail shorter than what I already had. So maybe that's about 6 inches, give or take. Oops, I'm picking up the black one. Stay in there, black one. Again, squishing it, and this is thick. Good Lord. Of course, I had to pick all the thick ribbons. Again, here we go. Gonna make our bow come around. Ooh, good gosh. I wish I had a ruler. So then it would be easier. I should have put my ruler out here. That's okay. We're good. So again, I'm just squishing it in there. And this is, I'm glad I'm only doing 2 loops on this one, because this one, jeez, it's thick. Oh, here we go. So I bet you guys were surprised when I posted. Bet you that, guys. All right, so I'm going to put this in here because I'm on my last loop that I can bring around. Pull those 2 there. And I'll do my last loop here. And voila. Now I chose not to really, I mean, I brought some yellow in the ribbon. Because if you think of Mickey and Minnie, Minnie had her, which is fine, right? And red pants with the yellow dots. So it's kind of fun when somebody, I like doing that. Oh, are you guys freezing up? It didn't freeze on my screen here. I'll go out and come back just as much as you guys do, just in case. No, I didn't freeze up. I'm good on my computer and iPad. Oops. Didn't freeze on my end. All right, so let me just cup this one under so it lays right. And there we go. All right, so our next one, I'm going to bring in this red. Like I said, reminds me of Mickey's ears. And this one I could do on here because it doesn't have a pattern I have to worry about. Let me get rid of these pins here because I'll move my iPad and they'll go flipping around somewhere. So this is called a terry bow, just in case y'all didn't know. And terry bow has these long tails that are hanging down here. Hopefully it's better and it's not freezing, you guys. Now you see me dovetailing one side. I always do the other side once I finish everything. So that's just, I don't know, one of those little things I do. Alright, so again we do bottoms up. This one I'm only going to do one. I'm going to keep it the same length as what I did the white one in. And I'm just going to do one of these. I could do two, I could do three, I could do whatever I want, but I'm only choosing to do one. So what I'll do is I'll turn it around, angle it up a little bit for you guys, and I'll hold it with my fingers so you can kind of get an idea what it's going to start to look like. Move that tail down there. So this is kind of what it's going to look. I'm pressing with my fingers so it's not making the bows that easy. Where's the bottom? Here it is. Alright, so that's kind of what it's going to look like right now. And once we get it all together, it will be a lot better. So now we're going to bring in my yellow Mickey, and again I have to do this in my hands because it's upside down and backwards. Now you could do this. You could put this in here, do your tail, right? You could take this from behind and you can just, you know, do one loop if you want to, then come back, cut it, do another loop if you want to do that. There's no right or wrong way. I just choose to rather just do it in my hands and do it rather than cutting and putting a piece on and taking a piece off and stuff. So what I'll do is just measure this, and this one was one single, so I'm going to do at least, let's see, maybe I'll do 3 of these. It's either going to be 2 or 3. I'm going to see how much I get out of it. And again, I go just a little bit smaller than the last one. So I want this bow to be nice and full up top because we're going to be adding, the yellow is going to be the sunflowers that come in there. And I didn't want to put too much yellow in the bow, and I rather just let the ribbons of the Mickey and Minnie and all them do the talking as far as the color that I'm bringing in go. Because the sunflowers is what's going to be the yellow part, the dominant yellow part of this whole bow, the whole wreath. So as you saw, the red base, Mickey's head is in black. I have the white lettering on it, and then the sunflowers would be the yellow. So I've incorporated all the colors that she was asking me to bring in. And this is a stiff ribbon that I'm working with. It's not like this one, the canvas one, but it is kind of stiff. So it does make it a little bit hard in scrunching it. But we got it. But we got it, y'all. So again, I'm just going back and forth with doing this. Since, like I said, those of you that are just coming in. Hey, Judy. Hey, Gwen. Thanks, Carolyn. It's so weird to say somebody's name, the same name as mine. And I'll bring the last one up and over so I can put the bow in here now. Back in the box, as they say. Mickey, you got to be right side up, Mickey. You don't want you upside down there. And this last one will come up and over. And voila. Trying to bring my tail down so I can see where my loop is. Make sure all my loops are. See that last one? I always do that last one bigger for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. So my next one was going to be this plaid in the thing. Oop, where am I? I lost you here. There we go. Okay. Oh, now I lost the comments. There we go. Guys, I can't help the freezing. It's Facebook. It's them. That's all I can say. Just go out and come right back in. That's the best I can tell you. I thought of changing this one up. The black doesn't seem to be as dramatic as this one. Because I don't know. I like the red and white plaid, but I think the black one just really stands out so much better than the red and white plaid. So we're going to put this behind us. Now this has a front and a back to it, so you're going to have to flip it, you know, bottoms up as they say. Alright, so we'll bring this one down. I don't know, I just like this one. I just like the polka dots. I think it's a little more dramatic. And this one I'm going to do 2. Two loops. Just coming a little bit smaller than I did on the last one. You can use your ruler on here, or if your mat was flipped over, I'll use that sometimes as a guideline. And the reason why I'm doing 2, because I did 3 here, so this one would sit in between the other 2. So that's kind of one way you do it. But again, do what your little heart desires. Oh, here we go. All right, so that one's done. Whoops, almost knocked over the flowers. Let me move these big ones out of the way here. And then I was going to have this yellow one in here. Oops, wrong way. And now because I changed this one out, I think I'm just going to finish this off with one of the leftover pieces in here. Because I don't think the polka dot's going to be so good now since I changed it. Now this doesn't really have a right or wrong, but I'm just used to flipping it back and forth, so I'm going to do that. So again, if you could, this is a custom order. If somebody wants one, I can make one for you. Just let me know. As far as that goes. But if it's your first time being with me, type the word alert down below in the messenger robot in your personal message and just respond back with the word alert. Or on this page, if you tap anywhere in the page, those 3 little white dots will pop up and just hit the notifications there. So you can get it 2 ways in case Rosie's out to lunch. Now this was going to be the other one I put on top here. Let's just see if I like it. No, I don't like it. Too much glitter now. So what we'll do, we're going to take the other one. Oops. Come here. I kind of want to finish off with a black one though. Oh, there's my pin. I knew I had an extra pin there. Where did I put my Disney ribbons? Hold on, let me get my ribbons. I think this one. Let's do this. Let's see if we like, oh. Yeah. This is when you decide, like, what should I do? Hey, Diana. Hey, Claudia. How are you? Bet you get happy that it's, everything's broken up, that ice up there in Alaska, huh? All right, so hold on. I think on there, or a red one, because I think that would be better. Then I say, hold on. This is scenery change. Always when you change something, you're like, what? What am I going to do? Why did I change it? And I know I have a glittery, ooh, we do 1, 2, or where's my other glitter one that I liked? This, here it is. Why red? I think red and yellow always sticks in your head to do. So let's see this one. That's going to be too dark. And this one's a sheer. I kind of like the white polka dot. I think it just... Now, you know, I could put a sunflower ribbon on top. I could do that. Which would bring in this, tie in the sunflowers. That might look pretty. I think I'll do that. Because I have the thin sunflower. Hold on. See, these are great minds thinking. You have, oh, my pins, come here. Oops. Oopsie. I do have a thin sunflower. Oh gosh, these cords. Here we go. I think that might, I think little sunflowers. Just to tie it all back in. All right. There we go. 2 loops on each side of this. This is a thick bow. And then we're done making the bow. And then we have to make the wreath. Usually I make the wreath and then I put the bow on. But this one I wanted to make the bow first since all the flowers are going to be... Okay, so now we're done with all our ribbon. So I'm glad I took the large zip tie, the long one. So I have a long zip tie to tie this whole baby together. Just going to stick it underneath all the ribbon. You can bring this up just a little bit. Stick it underneath. Now if you don't have a long one, an extra long one, you can take a couple of them and tie them together. Just tie it off just a little bit. And then you're going to bring it around. I'll squeeze it a little bit more. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner. I chose red since we are using red on the wreath is red. Bring that back there. Now before I go any tighter, I want to go ahead and make sure all my tails are facing the right way. Fix your bow a little bit here. Because once you tighten that baby up, that makes it a little bit harder. So I bring all my tails down so I know they're all down where they should be. Let me grab that in between my fingers. Just to kind of make sure you got everything kind of where it should be. And that's all that I'm doing, is just taking it and moving things around just a little bit. I know there's another red loop in there, isn't there? Where's the other red loop? Oh no, I did one there. Okay. All your, see how it gets a little crinkly in there? So you got to make sure you get it laying flat the way it should be. Let's feel the other side. Hey Tanya, how are you? Oh, what was that? I can't the whole view of you. What do I do so I can see? Okay, Bonnie, what I did, you're not going to see me because I was kind of, but in a few minutes as we go to put this on the wreath, I'm going to, but right now it was just so you can see it. I'm doing fine, Tanya. Yeah, the sunflower needed to come in there, I know. Just to bring it back in. All right, so basically we're not done because I got to put do a cover piece in here. But right now, since I have my bow where I want everything to be, I'll come back to this side here where everything was. My pipe cleaner's got to be out. And now I'm going to pull this really tight. And then I'm going to cut it off. Now what I'm not going to do right now, I'm going to do it, this part's going to be up against the wreath, so it's not going to affect anybody or anything. Now the thing is, I got to cover this because I don't want anybody to see the white. And I'm choosing to use this one to do it maybe. Or should I use one of the, which one should I use? Maybe do the Disney one. No, I think the black and white, the black and polka dot one would be better. This didn't come on this roll, by the way. I put it on here just because it was a lot of ribbon. Let's use this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some of this. Now you can use 4-inch ribbon, or you can use the 1.5-inch ribbon, or something else. Hard to plot, you know, bend. So the little piece of wire in here, I'm going to pull it out because I don't really need it for this part. It's small and it has the polka dots on it. And I'm going to take it in the middle of this, come around, whoops, and I'm going to tie it off. Now I will take glue to tie it really tight. Cut those edges off a little bit. Get this all fluffed out where I want it. I will take glue to the back of that. Now if my pipe cleaner is long enough, and it's not, so I'm going to have to do this by hand. I'm going to fluff it out a little by hand. So when I do that, again, I bring all my tails down to the bottom first. And this is just how I do it. You may find a different way that works better for you, which is fine. But it's just for me so I can get them all the way. I'll fluff it, and I'll fluff it now, and then I'm going to have to fluff it again. Because I have a tendency to smush my bows when they go on there. So now if you want your bow to be more dimensional this way, you can just take all your little, your loops. That one loop. There we go. And just fluff them so they stay. Okay? If you want your bow to lay more flatter, then you can bring your loops laying down more this way and just fluff it this way. So depending what the look is that you're going to look for in making your bow. Alright, So let's just get it a little fluffy. I'm going to make it more three-dimensional because when I put it on the wreath, I'm going to squish it again. Alright, so this is where you guys go, where you're going to come back out. Hey Val, how are you? Hey Vicky. Hey Deb, so I'm going to bring it back out. So now you're going to see the wreath. Okay. So now you'll see me again. Dun dun dun. There's the wreath. I know I had. Good God. Please tell me I didn't knock you guys over. Too many cords. Let's see if I can do this without tripping over. I'm going to see how close that comes in. So I'm using the brace here. Now to pipe cleaners and thread it through here. If you want to do it that way. If I have a brace and I know where I want my bow to sit, it makes it a little bit easier. And the reason why I do this, because it just makes my life easier than threading it, trying to thread it through on myself. And I'll take the pipe cleaner, grab it with the pliers. And let me get this baby around here. And I can pull it through. Let me do the same on this side. And again, I will come back at the end. If I do it now, putting all the hot glue on everything, what happens then, it will stick to my piece off, push it back in and glue it. But for now, we're just going to leave it open like this so we can continue with. There's our bow. Now here comes the fluffing again. And guys, those of you that are new with me know how many times I will fluff this bow throughout the entire project. Oops, you guys got to go up a little bit higher. Oops, hold on. You came out of the stand. Oh, good gosh. Guys, oh my gosh. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my goodness gracious me. There we go. Whew. Okay, there we go. So you can see. I put it a little bit on an angle so I'm not standing in front of it. I mean, I am, but that way you're not really seeing my entire back of my head the whole time. So we're going to try this. It's something a different way. And we'll get Mickey head up here so you can see how Mickey's going to look on here. And at the end, after I get everything in place, I will go ahead and worry about cutting the tails. So here's Mickey's head. Those of you that are new coming in, I made Mickey's head. Now I'm hoping I can do this and I have enough space in here. So what we're going to do, I put the ties in here. I sandwich, this is 3 pieces of very thin wood that I sandwiched together. You can buy these discs already cut. So I bought the 2 different sizes, sandwiched and used wood glue to sandwich them together, spray painted it with the coating on it. I'm using the cable ties. I wanted it to be adhered in at least 3 places, so I couldn't do it off to the side because it would look silly. I was originally planning something like this, but it wouldn't work because of Mickey's ears. So Mickey's ears are going to go down here. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to thread these through here. Just thread it through the cable tie. And I like to twist it once. Okay, so all 3 of these. I usually, again, don't put the sign on, but this is such, I want to make sure I get the flowers in the right place because I want them to come down, but I don't want them to really cover Mickey's ears. So I need to have the sign in place so I know what we're up against. All right, so let's see if I can do this on here without taking it. Oh, I'll probably have to take it off. This is when you need more arms, more hands and more arms to help you out. Hey, Wendy. Hi, Kalia. How are you? Thank you for coming in. It's your first time watching me. I'm excited. Thank you. So let's go ahead and attach this. And again, oh, the H again is the Mickey, the Disney letter H. So we're going to go ahead and attach Mickey here. So maybe we'll start with the bottom one. And again, I'm going to have to take this off. I'll angle you guys down so you can see what I'm going to do. Hopefully that's enough angle. I'm going to set it down here. Nope, not enough. There we go. So you use my pliers. I have a middle bar here, so I know this is my middle brace here, because there's only 6 of these on here, so I know this is my middle one, so we'll line up. So I'm going to do the same thing and pull my Mickey ears through each side of the brace there. So we'll start with the middle one. I don't think there's any good one to start with because I got to pull them all through. Oops. And let's do this side here. Push it through and I'll grab it and I'll tie him in really quick so I have some sort of stability here. Ooh. And just tie that around once. Here's my twist ties. There we go. So he's in place there. But this is just a fun little thing. I love using my pliers. I love using this wreath type because it's so easy than the grapevine, trying to weasel through and get a good, you know, everything in there, because you got to deal with those thick ones. Oh, Clee, if you're still on, this is your sunflower ribbon I got from you. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Norma. South Carolina in the house. Well, those of you that are new to me, I am in Virginia. Military. So we've been here, it's going to be 23 years this summer. So we've been here a while. Grab the last one there. Poof. Look how easy that was. And we'll give it a couple of little twist ties here. Now I chose red pipe cleaners because on the back of this, the wreath is red, and I thought about doing black, and I felt the red would blend in a little bit better than the black would. All right, so now let me pop you guys back up so you can see what he looks like on the wreath. Now he hangs a little bit lower than what the wreath stand is, so you have to bear with as far as that goes. I'll try to hold him up a little bit, but I think you're going to be out of sorts either way. So this is how he's going to look so far. All right. So we got a lot of color. Got to give way. All right. So now I don't have to worry about the bow. The bow is tied very securely back there. But as you then that's going to even make it more secure too. All right. So let me get these ribbons out of the way, and now it's going to be flower time. All right. So again, these are the flowers. Oops. That I've chosen to use in here today. So I'm just going to pull them out of the bucket and lay them here on the table because it would probably make my life a little bit easier. So I have some of the, I don't know what all these names of flowers except for the sunflowers. These are little white roses that I have of sorts. This is some, it's kind of like a fern of some sort, maybe stick in there for some filler. I also have these little doohickeys. It has some berries. And it has a little bit of like a, you know when you think of lamb's ear? Lamb's ear, oops, I'm a little bit low on that, so I apologize. Let me raise these back up. The lamb's ear has that soft gray felt on it, so it's like that. And sorry if you didn't see these. This is the fern, the white rose, and these little doohickeys. And of course we got lots of sunflowers, which is going to be the majority of ours. Now I have some that have a little bit of orange in it, and I have some that have all just yellow in it. And I toss between the two, and I think I'm going to use the ones that have all the yellow in it. But I do have some baby ones in here as well that, you know, I'll probably be using. So let me pull all the yellow ones out. And I'm going to put these orangey ones. We'll leave them here in case. So move that bucket over there. So you're not going to see the flowers on the table because I want you to see the wreath is the main reason. Okay? But you get to see, I'll hold them all up and stuff so you can see what I'm doing. Oops. Get my stem cutter over here. So I'm going to start with my big yellow ones. Now what I do, I like to cut them as long as I can. I do have what they call a stem cutter, which is this little baby. It's not little, it's heavy, to help cut all my stems off. And then we can go from there. So these are on wire. I can make them as long as short as I want. And we're going to use the sunflowers up in here, coming cascading down along the sides, and use, like I said, different fillers. Needless to say, this is way too long. And like I said, what's great about this type of wreath, it's easy to stick things in. But keep in mind, you don't want it to come around the other side. If it does come out too long, you have your wire cutters, you can trim it back. But you want to make sure that you try not to do that. Just for the fact that you don't want it hitting on anybody's door. So I'm just going to kind of stick this in to get an idea what I want. I can bend these so that the flowers will be more this way instead of this way. So I can do it however I want. So they're going to be kind of on an angle, so a little bit of both. Let's see. Okay, that one was more up top there. These leaves don't slide up on these particular ones. Sometimes you can get the leaves and slide them all the way up. So let's just kind of stick it in there and just kind of get an idea. I'm going to go back and I will hot glue them in. Don't worry about that. But just to get an idea of how many I want in there and where I want them. And then I can glue them in. And like I said, since this is going to be my main focus on this, there's going to be a lot of sunflowers. A lot of sunflowers. Like I said, this is only temporarily just to kind of get an idea how many I need, where I want them, and then when I can glue them back in. And you can turn these. I can have some here and have some here. I just kind of want to get my line as far as for me goes, so I have a better idea. So if you guys have any questions, ask away. Drink, sister. Yeah. Gary, you weren't on the other night, and thank God you weren't, because I forgot my drink. I do have my lemonade. But thank you. Hi, Renee. Ah, Becky, my good girlfriend. Becky's she is such a sweet lady. I love my Becky. I like everybody. Everybody's nice. I try to be nice to them, and hopefully they're nice to me. But it's all good. So I think I'm going to finish up with about 4 on each side right now, okay? Let me cut this last bunch here. So I don't mind it having, this isn't going to be right there, but I don't mind it covering a little bit of Mickey's ears. Got to bring some character to Mickey. Because you don't want it just the sign and everything finishing. So we're going to have 4 on each side. So let's get gluing some of these babies in there. This way I can cut them a little bit to where they need. I do have a hot glue pot down here. And I do have my glue gun going in case I need that one too. Let's start sticking in some flowers. And I should have my happy fingers on. Those of you that knew what my happy fingers are these little red silicone babies, because I just got glue on that finger. That hurts. And the glue doesn't stick to these. Thank the Lord. And that way, if I have to press or anything in there, I can use my fingers. And they won't get burnt. Oop, glue string. Oh, that's okay, Vicky. You're good. You're all good. Anybody that's here for the first time, type the word alert down below. And Rosie, my robot, will send you a message. And just respond back to her with the word alert. And then you'll get a message every time I go live. Oop, glue string. Love my glue strings. Feels like cobwebs on your arms. Hello, Joanne. How are you, my friend? All right, so what I did, I kind of did a little bit of a zigzag on these. I didn't bring them in a straight line because we don't need them in a straight line. We need to give them some character and some depth. I'm going to turn this a little bit. So again, I'm not standing so much in front of it that you can't see. There we go. And now I should put my happy fingers on my other hand because I switched sides. Oh, good, Renee. Thank you. The bow I created with using ribbon. I sewed it onto the canvas ribbon or whatever ribbon it was. There's 3 different ones because you can't find Disney bow in wire, needless to say. And I needed something. I had to have Disney bows on here. I had my Mickey Minnie because that's, you know, what my customer wanted. I can always add more in. I do have more of these guys. Oops. Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie. Hot, hot, hot. That one seemed very long for some reason. Hold on. There we go. I need happy fingers for both hands. So again, I staggered it just a little bit on there. Nothing big. I don't want them laying flat. I want to be 3-dimensional with them. Okay. So needless to say, we have a lot to fill in. We can put as many of these as we want in there. But let's get some other things in there to start filling in. And I'm reaching across the table here. I have these little, I don't know, little berry thingamajigs. I don't know what they call them. Little berry thingamajigs. That's what I call them. And let's get some of those going in here. Just little fillers in there, it helps. Now when you do a wreath, you don't want to go past the back because it's going to be up against the door or the wall, wherever the person's hanging it. So you want to kind of keep it from the flat side of the back and forward, but you want to make sure you cover all the bases on it. You don't want to just have a big hole, you know, here with nothing in it. So when I look at my wreaths, I go back and forth and I'll look at the side, I'll look at the inner part to see if I have everything, you know, there's no holes in this side or that side. Like I said, these are just little filler things. They're just cute little things. I have a bunch of these babies. Hey Sharon, hey Renee. If I missed you, I apologize. Got another glue string there with my other bunch. So this comes in a bunch like this. Most of the flowers I've, in case you're wondering, I've gotten from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, I think, yeah, these came from Walmart, believe it or not. I'm the type, when I buy flowers, I really like to feel them. Sometimes when you buy some things online, and I'm not going against that because I do buy flowers and stuff online from people. If you can't, I'm the type, if you can't feel it, the texture of it, you know, sometimes you get it and it's like, oh, that's not what I wanted, you know. But if you know the people you're buying from very well, then you don't have to worry. So see how that's coming? It's starting to take a little shape in there, starting to get some fullness. Which is what we want. We want some texture. Oops, where am I going? Oh, thank you all. So don't forget, Rosie will send you a message in your personal messenger. Make sure you respond back with the word alert in your personal messenger too. You can hit on the screen anywhere, and their little notification will come up, and hit that too. So in case Rosie's malfunctioning, my little bot, that way you'll still get a message from me through Facebook. So this is coming out pretty good. If you guys have any suggestions or any ideas, you can suggest them to me. I'd love to hear from my peeps here. Everybody that's watching, because you may see something that I don't, and I'm like, oh, good idea. So again, see, I'll be fluffing that all day. Now, you don't have to make it as full. You can make it a little simpler, lesser if you want to. It is your choice. I do like these little thingamajigs. Might have to get more of those. Now I'm going to bring in another color, which is the white, and I'm going to bring in some of these roses. So I have different, some are a little bit bigger, some are smaller. So we're going to use a plethora. Oh, one of my roses came off. If one of these comes off, one, you could stick it back on because they go on pretty easy. Boom, done. And you can see I probably cut these off and used them on something else. I save all my little sticks because if I get a piece of flower that doesn't have a wire, I can always wire it around, a piece of wire around it, and use it. To make a pick, since I don't have a pick machine. And see, like these flowers, you can make the leaves come up. You can make it come up a little bit more. If it's in a bunch and you want to use the whole bunch, you can bring the leaves up, and it gives it a more fuller effect on the flowers. So let's stick some of these little baby guys in there. I froze on the computer here, big time. Can't get out of that, but I'll just keep watching them on here. See, it's just another color to bring in there. It's still within the lines of what the customer wants, but it also doesn't make it all just about sunflowers. Oops. If you have, I mean, you could do a whole thing. I've done a whole thing with just white flowers, like white tulips and stuff, and it looks really pretty. And sometimes when you bring in another texture or another color, it just makes it just pop even more. And again, you can bend these and bring them out however way you want to. Break these off. I'm going to turn this a little bit towards me so I can get this side. And you guys get a view of everything. Instead of just the front view, you get the side views. Thanks, Linda. I sewed, if you just came on, I sewed the ribbon. This is just grosgrain onto the, I have it on the black ribbon, white, and on the yellow. Just so I could use it because I can't find any, I couldn't find at least any Disney ribbon that was wired. I searched, man. I searched and searched. Couldn't find a thing. And as you can see, I'm just, you know, making them three-dimensional. I'm not laying them flat down. And I'm just randomly cutting them different lengths. So they're not all the same length. So some are closer, some are further away. Oops. And we're just having at it. So there we are so far. We still have some more filling to do. Now I do have these little sunflowers. I think I'm going to stick some of those in there just to make it fun. Oops. So I cut the whole little stemmy thing off. And these, I think I could slide these all up. Yep, so see, I can slide them up, so I don't need such a long stem. But see, the difference of being like here and the more sparse apart, I can bring them up. And I can twist them around. I got these little things on, I can't twist as good. So if I see it's all going on this side, I can bring this one up on this side to kind of balance it, and same with the leaves. And I just look at it and say, where do I want to put a flower? Where does it need some flowers? So I can turn them whichever way I want. I'm probably going to work back and forth with this since I have just a few of these, so I want to make sure I can cover both sides with some. So again, I'm going to turn this. And I'm just sticking them. Oops, let's turn you guys up this way. Hold on. Let me turn these babies up. There we go. I want them facing more up. I don't want them facing down. This one has a lot of leaves on it. Hey Sally, how are you, my friend? By the bow? What do you mean, Gary? Hey Rhonda. It is. This is going on a door. It's going to go on the outside of her door. And what this customer has is sitting on the floor. She has a Mickey and Minnie flower pots out there. I did a wreath for her. She was one of my first customers last year. I did a wreath. I did a Star Trek wreath for her for Christmas. So I had a, they wanted it, of course it was specific colors. It was black and red. So that meant it had to be Darth Vader. Took me 3 weeks to find a saber that I liked. The sign I had for that one, I ordered, it came from the UK, because I wanted Darth Vader's face, and that's the only place I could find one. Because, you know, when you see something and you have a theme in your head, and you're like, oh, it's got to be like this. And then you try to go find everything you need. That's when you run into those, like, oops, maybe I should have come up with another idea. And anyway, and it came out, so the saber went across, I had the face, I had a big bow, and the saber lit up. And that was my big thing. I wanted the saber to light up, and they loved it, which I'm very happy about, needless to say. 1, 2. Where should I put you? I think we're going to stick you right down in here. And you can move the other plants around your flowers. So like that one's coming through there like that. Thank you, Sally. Great to see you too. Oops, comments went away. Buy the yellow sunflowers? Still missing, Gary. What did I miss? What did I miss? Buy the little ones. What? Oh, what did I miss? The little sunflowers. I got that. By the bow. Oh, yes. Gotcha, Gary. Gotcha. Now I understand what you're saying. I could put something up here. The way her door hanger is on her house, I'm going to put something right here to give this more dimension, but I'm working this way. But good idea, Gary. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Took me a little while. I was a little slow on that one, Gary. So yeah, I could put some little ones right here. We'll do that. We can do that. I'll bunch them up a little bit more, make it like more like a little bouquet. Good eye, Gary. Good eye. See? Right on top there. Good job. See? You see something I know. Oh, do you really? With the cake thing? Cool. You can, I mean, with everything, you can go as crazy as you want. It's your imagination. And that's why I always tell everybody, you know, it's your design. It's how you want it to be perceived and how you want it to look. And just have fun. Just have fun. I always say never. Never say you can't do anything, because I never dreamed that I'd be doing something with florals. I always felt that was out of my league to do. And I find myself doing more things with florals because I get more comfortable with it. And I think I study a lot of people doing it, and hopefully, you know, people like what I make. And that's the best thing, is I make somebody happy. All right, so I think we need some of these just to give it some other texture in there, because sunflowers are kind of that country in a way. And by adding a little something like that in there, just throws it a little, gives you a little country, little rock and roll, as they say. A little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. Oh, is that the Mickey you made? Yes, this is the Mickey I made, Sally. Yes, it is. Yep. It took me a while. It took several coats of paint to get it the way I wanted it, needless to say. So I'm looking at my side here. I see some gaps on the side, so this is filling in pretty good on the gaps. Yes, it's 3 layers of wood discs on each, and I laid them together to make the Mickey head. Where's my pliers? Here we are. I was going to say, I thought let's use this one. So what took so long is the paint in between and drying. That's what took so long. I need like a thing on wheels. I do like this better than me standing here and walking in front of you all the time. I'm trying to, like I said, not have you see the back of my head all the time. Because that's not fun. Not fun at all. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. So, I wish I could play music. I love having music. I've been playing, every time I'm in here in my nut house, I always have the radio playing because I like music. And it gets so quiet. I don't know, can you guys hear the frogs outside? We have so many tadpoles. It's like crazy. Crazy how many tadpoles we got out there. And some of them have their little back legs now, and others are, you know, younger ones and they don't quite yet. So It's just to see the different ages. And my granddaughter comes over and she always wants to say, can I see the babies? Can I see the babies? So I know I got a hole right here. I can see that. So we're going to have to fix that. I think one other time when I was doing a live, the frogs were croaking out there. Everybody was like, what is that sound? I said, oh, that's the bullpen. Literally. The glue strings, what I like to do, I'll hang this on my front door, and the sunlight actually kind of highlights the where all the glue strings are, because sometimes you just can't see them. And for whatever reason, the sun just highlights it really good. Ouch. That was a glue on the finger. Thank you, Linda. Shower is pretty, Sally? Or is that sure is pretty? So this is how it's coming so far. I see a hole here. I have a hole here. So I want to bring in some more goodies in there. Now I have some of these yellow ones. I think we need some more sunflowers. Hold on. These itty bitties. Hold on. I have some of these itty bitty ones here. They're not really sunflowers. Switching. These would be good. Look at these little guys. You know how they have the little buttons on their outfits? Mickey Minnie. So let's bring in some of those to show the little buttons on their outfits. So when I think of somebody asking me to do a wreath for them, I really try to think it all out. What colors do they have in the house? If there's a theme to it or a special reason that they want that, particular color and stuff. And I really try to bring out what they want. Do I always get it right? No, not necessarily. But I try. Look at that. Just a cute little thing. I think this one's going to go here. The little pom-poms. Cute. Just a little something like that, to me, adds just a little thing. The hairdryer melts them away. What did I miss? What is the hairdryer? Did I say something? And now I forgot what I said. Ugh. So let's see. Couple up there. So Miss Hooper, what did I miss? The hairdryer. What did I miss? I'm confused. See, I start conversations and I forget what I'm talking about. Oops. I'm going to put these babies right here. So see, I look and I see right here. This is my bar and I see right here. I don't have anything kind of there. Now I can spread these out and that helps fill it as well. But I still want to put something in there. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I have more pom-poms. Where did they go? There they are. It's like, oh, I know I have more of these little babies. These are just cute. It's like a styrofoam ball. Let me see if I can get you in the right way. It's a styrofoam ball with, I don't know, it almost looks like styrofoam balls, little tiny mini styrofoam balls on top of it with little spiky things on it. That's the best way I can describe what this looks like. So it might be a little bit out of focus for y'all if I got too close there. But they're just cute little Dickens. And it's just a little something, something, as they say. See, I've been still frozen on this other one over here. See if I can get you back up here. The reason why I have the computer, because it's easy to see the comments, because they come in and I can see them on here. Oh, that's way behind. Hello, Rhonda. That's way behind the comments. Whoops, where's my clippers? Okay, oh, here they are. Like, where are my clippers? I usually take my prices off before, but I didn't know I was going to use these little babies. But they're so cute. Now, I know between Michael's and Hobby Lobby, they've all been running a bunch of sales. So, you guys, if the florals are on sale, go get them. You know? Because, and buy when you think you don't really need it at that time, because it's always going to be when you need it. You're going to be like, oh man, coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know how that goes. Oh, I want two of these together. So what I can do, where's my wire? Take a little piece of wire, and that's what fell on the floor over there, and I don't feel like going down there and getting it. So I'm just going to take a little piece of wire here. I'm going to take it, I'm going to take my little happy fingers off, and I'm just going to wire these two little guys together. And that's all you have to do. Create my own little bouquet. And when I do something like this, I want to make sure that wire, that little piece of end is like really crimped in there and where I started it, so it's not sticking out, hurting the baby. Oops, I should put my happy fingers back on. How do you, oh my gosh. Crespidia balls? Oh my gosh. Girlfriend, I am not going to be able to pronounce that. But they're cute little things. They're just like little, I don't want to say that word anymore, but you guys know what I mean. They're little doohickeys. Little doohickeys. They're just cute. Listen, I don't know my flowers. I know some. I don't know them all. So I don't pretend to. That's where we are with the wreath so far. And again, I need some fillers in here. So I do have this, which I thought would be kind of neat to bring to use. So let's see how this is going to look. Oh, that's kind of cool. See? Whoops. I thought I cut some off. Let's bring some of this in, and we're going to stick it in between and around, and I'm just kind of bring it in. And see how I'm just kind of pulling the leaf in here? So it doesn't look like it's just laying behind in the back. I do like this. Ooh, that just shot across the room. So we'll take some of these babies, and this is too, you can slide this up and down, which is kind of, you know, makes it more fuller too. So I like things like that for that reason, so I can play with it myself. That looks cute. And voice your opinion, let me know. Oh yes, Vicky. Hey, you guys gotta find me. Let me just say, you see this? I will have yellow shirts on like this. There will be something on the back all the days that I'm at Wreath Makers Live. That's a hint to let you know. So if you can't find me by seeing me like here every time, look for the lady, the crazy lady in a yellow shirt. So don't tell anybody, because I just told the world on the thing here. Doohickeys are the best. So I know doohickles or whatchamacallit, thingamajigs, that's me. That's how I roll. It's a thingamajig, whatchamacallit, you know what. And see, that's all that it is. And see, that just gives it, kind of reminds me a little bit of Christmas in a way, but it's not I guess it is kind of like a fern like that. But I think it just gives it extra little, that little kind of thing. I'm going to put some up here. Because we got to fill up here too. See, I keep looking in here trying to look, and then I'm flipping it back so I can see. As well. So I know, again, turning this rather than me crossing in front of you all the time. And like I said, this way you can see more of what I'm doing without always the back of my derriere or my head. So, oops, got to cut that off a little bit more. They're still in the group of the stem. Things just go shooting all over the place here. It's like days later, I was like, oh, was that from that wreath or something I made that day? All right, now this time I may have to reach across. And this is on a wire, so I can bend it in. Usually I clean as I go, but on this time I'm like, did your daughter make it? Yes, she did. My one daughter, did the logo. This is like off my business card. She did this for me. She made my sign for me. I have 2 pillows that I had her make, this one. And then she has another one down there. It's over there. I don't want to reach across. And it talks about, crafting. And it's a silver gray one. And she did make them for me. My daughters are crafty like me, It's a crafting family, Kids, that's the way my mom taught me, and, I kept them, and it's a good thing, and now they make things, and they give gifts away, or whatever. Or I solicit them to make things for me, like the things I told you about. So yeah, since she already had the logo and everything for me, it was just easier to have her make it. Okay, I'm going to cross over in front of you so I can see better. That side. So there it is so far. See, I'm the type, I know I still have to put some more of these doohickeys. These thingamabobs down there. Thingamajigs, thingamabobs, whatchamacallits, all the above. So it's getting full. It's getting there. Yeah, there are plenty of, you can go online and have t-shirts and everything made, but, so she's going to bring them to me when we see her on our vacation, so that I'll have them in time for Wreath Makers Live. So see, just a simple bow. We started out with just making a bow, made the ears, and now we're filling everything in. And it's not hard. You just step back. The wreath kind of talks to you as you go, or your floral design. Thanks, Vicki. And I just kind of go. I don't say, well, I'm going to put this here, put this there. I kind of let it just talk to me. I don't know if it really talks to me, but okay. We have some holes. We have a hole here. I still need something there. I need a flower. Oh, let me put that little nichey thing up there. Put some little white flowers in there. I had some of these little yellow flowers. I was trying to find them. I had a bunch of them. See, that fills it in. Thanks. Oops. Croaking outside, let me tell you. So I'm going to slip over here. You will see the back of my head from time to time. I apologize for that. But it is what it is. Right here, there's a hole. So we do need some more greenery. So I have to go back and forth because the glue pot's on the other side. So see, by adding that in, that just helps cover that whole space up, and I still have a hole here. Now I have a few of these little guys. So I had these white wispy ones, and I had these. I don't know if I'll use these long thingamajigs. It has a little bit of it in here, which is fine in there, but I didn't want to use those long other things. Because they're, oops. I didn't like how they look. Is the word would be. That looks cute. Let's peel some of these guys out of here. Out of here. That's my New Yorker. Let's get out of here. So I do get quiet. I apologize because I start concentrating on what I'm doing. Ooh, that's a big glue string. Turn it around. And snip this baby. Oh, yay! Well, welcome to our group, Susan. And if you haven't been with me before, Susan, type the word alert down below, and Rosie, my robot, will send you a lovely message in your personal messenger. And just respond back to her with the word alert. And then you'll get messages every time I go. So you can come all the time. See? Oh, that's because I did that. God. Got glue all over my fingers. There we go. A little bit more. And I haven't come out the back, which is a good thing. There we go. Yeah. Just everybody come on in and have some fun. We're all about having fun here. This is the Nut House. I call myself the Nut House. Known as Nut House. That's me. Because we just have fun. See, I'll show you why. This thing is literally just wrapped here. If I unwrap it like this. And this piece is just like, reminds me like a hula skirt. It's plastic, but it's like, it doesn't do anything for me. So that's why I didn't want to use it on anything. Need a little something back here. There we go. So I'm doing pretty good on my side here. So let me turn it around the other way. So I'll show you what this side looks like. Oops, let's grab the sign. So see what I mean? Let me see if I gotta get you in frame here, so hold on. Oh, good, Susan. So see what I mean? It's finished. This is the back. This is where the bar is here. And see, it's finished all the way up to the bar. Because I don't want to go past it because this is going to be up at the door. You're going to squish your flowers. So the other side, oops, can't hold it that way. They're pretty good on the other side too. I think a little something maybe right here, just filler right here. But again, going all the way up to where that bar is so it fills the whole thing in there. So right down here is where I need to put something. Oops. Let me see what we got. Those yellow things. These yellow thingamajigs. Does anybody know what these are called? They're called thingamajigs. Whatchamacallit thingamajigs? Was it a bippity boppity boo? See how that was all sticking out there and I just brought it back just a little bit so it hangs more down here. Okay, so we took care of the outside. I think I need a white flower here though, because there seems to be like no flower there. The little ones are there, but we need a flower. And you can, like I said, you can bend these so that they stay more three-dimensional, so they're not laying flat. There we go. That's what that needed, was a little oomph in there. Oops. I think I hit the leaf instead of the vine. There we go. That's better. Good. Oh, look at, I just made a hole right here. And that, I know exactly, I want to put some of this in there. Because that's a, and you look, if you need something a little bit more than less, so to speak. So those little berry things always work pretty good as fillers. So I'm looking on the inside of here to see as well, just like I did the outside, do I have any gaps or anything that I need filler in? You know, the same thing. I don't want to go really past, you know, halfway point on it. So I think we're pretty good with it. Let's slide it back a little bit and see if you guys can see it better. Can you guys see it pretty good? It looks like you can. Yes, I did, Susan, I did. The H is actually, this is a cricket. And this is the, Disney has their own lettering, which I didn't know about until I made this. And my daughter found it, and this is what they call the Disney H. So I felt it was just perfect. I did make the Mickey ears. It is, I think this is 10 and a half, I think is what it was. 10. This is a 10-inch disc. They come in a pack of 3. You can buy them. Where did I get mine at? Hobby Lobby. So it's 3 discs that I used wood glue, clipped and pressed, and left it for a couple of days to make sure it was adhered to. Same with the ears. Of course, the ears are a little bit smaller. The ears are about 6 inches. And did the same with the ears. Glued it from behind. Again, same thing. Press it. I left it for days and clamped them. And then I used a spray paint that has a sealer in it, so I didn't have to go back and seal it. And then we put the letter H on it, and that is sealed as well on top, so that, you know, that won't come off. So I think it is full. Now, what I can do up here is, because yes, we have, considering a hole. Let me fix my bow a little bit. The bow can fill in here, but if I want to put a little bit of greenery back here, I think I will. And I think I'm just going to use that, this stuff. I think I have some more of it. I know I have some more of it. Or did I lose it all? No. Oh, here it is. I knew I had another bushel of it. And I knew I had a little one of these guys too. Maybe I'll stick that in somewhere. So I'm going to use this to do the filler at the top. Just to give it some depth up here. Because you're not going to really see the flowers behind it. But it just gives it, oh, the glue strings, a little bit more dimension. That's the word I'm looking for, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm covered in glue spider webs. And that drives you crazy because you can't see it. Thanks, Janice. Thanks, Vicky. Yeah, I guess you can call it like asparagus or something. It's like top of a carrot or something like that. Yeah, you know how you have that on top, the leaves of the carrot, or and again, you can bend these, which is what I'm doing. I'm putting it in, but I'm bending it a little bit so it stands more up this way instead of laying so flat. So again, here I go, doing my bow again. My big Mickey. On the black ribbon. He was my base. And I went with the black on the base first because the wreath was red. So, and then again, we just poured on all the colors that she asked for. Trying to make a Mickey and a Minnie Wreath all in one. Now, my tails. We haven't touched those, have we? They're actually a pretty good length. But what I'm going to start with was the one on the bottom, okay? So the one on the bottom is the one I'm going to take first, and that's where I'm going to be my length on my tails. And by meaning, all the other ones are going to be a little bit shorter than this. So my next one is my white one. And the reason why it's going to be kind of like a water floor cascading, so that you can see each of the ribbons. However you want to cut it, whatever you're, in doing it, that's up to you. Oh, it's actually okay in length. Where's my other black one? I have one. Where's my other tail? Missing tail, where are you? Okay. So 1, 2, I've got 2 white ones. And my red one's going to be a little shorter. My red one. Yellow. I like to go back and forth between the colors that I've created on here, because then I know I've cut all my tails, and this is what we call dovetailing. I used to call it ducktailing. I know, silly me. These are my red and black ones. And I just kind of go up the chain and just cut them. You don't have to fold it in half. Some people can pull it from here and just cut it, but because I'm standing at a funky angle with you all, for me it's just easier to fold it right now. Probably gonna make these two pretty close to the same length. And you can take these and you can roll them. You can just take them like this and make them like that so they give a little bit dimension to them. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to curl them up in circles or anything like that. I just want to give them some dimension this way. And I'll just spread them out. And I'll be here for the next 3 days until this goes off to its new home. I'm doing this. Because that's the way I roll. Go this way, I think. Nope. Goes this way. I'm always poofing. Always poofing. Curl. Let's curl. A little dimension on it all. More poofing. Basically, you have a Disney bow, and with our little friend Mickey. So let me bring it a little closer for you. It'll be easier if I just pick it up this way. I'll angle it down, so maybe that might be easier so you can see it better. Oh, good bar. Thanks, Venus. Oops, let me go a little higher. I just realized I was too low. I was looking at the computer there. So let's see. There we go. So see, it came out kind of cute. I'll hold it up like that too. So it's nice and full. You can see that it's a Mickey wreath with Mickey's head, their letter, all the sunflowers on there. It's nice and full from the sides. You can look all the way around. You can see it's nice and full wreath. It's not empty spaces, and I'll probably look at this after I get off here, and I'll probably look and see if I need to tweak anything. But that's our wreath for her. This is going to be nice on her door because she has a glass door, half of it's glass, so this is really going to fill up the top part of that. And I think with the two flower pots she has, the Mickey, it's like the Mickey bottoms, you know, the red and white. They're both red, I think is what they were, that sit on the floor. And I think this will look really cute. I think it will look cute. I hope so. Hope she likes it. So it is done, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it from the Nut House today. We are done. Thanks, y'all. Thanks. Yes, bless the page. Share the page on it so that some people can get some ideas if they want to do something, you know, like this too. And they'll get some ideas too. Or y'all want me to make one, I'll be more than happy. Just type me in a little message and I'll make one for you. All right? So you all have a nice evening. Thank you for coming to Nona's Nut House and Nona's Nutty Crafts. And this is Carolyn. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.